What's going on, everybody? If you can't tell, I'm in a different location. We have been in the process of moving, me and my wife, and are actually going through some COVID right now for the second time, and we both feel fine, but it's been pretty hectic. I haven't been able to think about even shooting a video since probably Thanksgiving. I say Thanksgiving. I think I might have shot one after. I don't know. And then we're also, if you can't tell by like these baby toys and stuff behind me, we're also expecting twins. And so we just found that out a couple months ago, and it's kind of been on the down low, but now it's public, so I can talk about it a little bit. And so we've just been crazy busy and been trying to get everything together and moving, and now this sickness again. And so anyways, I just wanted to make a video. I don't know how quick it's going to be. I'm not going to promise it's going to be quick, but this is obviously a little different than my normal videos because I'm not on electric guitar. I have an acoustic guitar today, a Taylor GS Mini to be exact, and I just wanted to show some tricks and kind of give my input as far as acoustic guitar and the worship scene goes. And so I think a lot of people can overcomplicate things, and then I think people also kind of stick to the basics and they don't venture out and learn enough to really play the song the way it's supposed to be played, for one, but then also they don't venture out to make things sound better, in my opinion. And so I'm just going to kind of walk through some different things in the key, and really I play in 3 keys. And so if I can play in G, C, or D, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to be playing in bar chords. I'm not going to be doing all that, or playing in some sort of weird key like F and trying to figure all that out. I'm not going to be doing that. I'm sticking to 3 keys, and I'm using one of these bad boys. And so my first key that I'm going to work at right now is in the key of G, the one that everybody probably knows if you play guitar. And I'm going to show you 2 different things that you can do that would make your guitar playing better in the key of G. And so number 1, a lot of people learn how to play G and C and a D and an E minor like that. And for me, and this is going to follow suit for the other 2 keys as well, find the common denominator within the key and stick with it on every chord that you play if you can. And so for instance, if you didn't learn like that, you might have learned like G with your ring finger on this B string on the 3rd fret, and in the key of G, for me, that is your common denominator. It's not the pinky on the high E. It's not your index finger, because really you don't even have to use that. So like in the key, or in G, if I have my index finger on, it'll sound like this. If I don't have my index finger on, it'll sound like this. So you really can't tell the difference. It's just it's just a bass note that you kind of miss out. But anyways, I think that in the key of G, your common denominator is your ring finger on the B string on the 3rd fret. And so what I would do for your G is always keep this ring finger on. So you'd have a G. To have a C, you just move down 1 with your middle finger to C add 9. And then an E minor. And then a D. So I'm never moving this ring finger, so it stays pretty consistent. And so you're not getting the different tone from playing. You're not having to switch around that much. You can just play. So I think it sounds better. In the key of D is where I'll really show you what that is, or how that makes a difference in what you play. But so I think finding the common denominator is a big thing, and in G, keeping that ring finger on that B string And then also learn how to play some open chords. And so instead of having that ring finger on there in a song like Egypt by Corey Asbury, he's playing it open and going. So he's not even touching that. He's just playing. So he's really emphasizing the bass notes on that D. And so, and what I'm doing there is I'm taking my C, like an old school C chord, and then adding, I'm just moving that up and putting my pinky finger where this would be. And then I have that bass note. And so for C and D, you can really just move it down a whole step. That sort of thing. And I just think it sounds better. And so that's the two things in the key of G that I wanted to show you. And then to transition out of G, a lot of people will capo like all over the neck, and I really just don't like that. Once you capo on the 4th fret and are playing in B, instead of moving down one more and going to C, I just take the capo off and learn how to play in C, F, A minor, and G. And the same thing with the common denominator thing. For me, in this one, it's your index finger. And so you take that traditional C chord shape, and you'll have on the 1st fret, you'll have your index finger on that B string on the 1st fret. And I like playing that root, especially in the key of C. And so you're just going to keep that index finger there the whole time. And then that's an open G for the key of C. And you can go, if you take into the bridge of something like Here Again by Elevation, it's literally I just think it sounds more uniform. I think it sounds consistent instead of playing like a C and then switching to an F and then G. And it's easier. You keep your hand in the same shape, in the same position the whole song. So I think it sounds better overall. And then moving along, with C, the same uniform. Once it gets to 4, just go. And I don't even really like. I think that would take it to E. I don't even go to 4 a lot of the times. Capo and 4, playing in the E. I think it would be E. I would just go in capo, capo your 2nd fret and play in D. So moving on to the key of D. I think the common denominator is your index finger on the G string on the 2nd fret. So if you take a D chord and you keep that index finger on in the key of D, you have D, G, B minor, and then an A. And what I figured out how to do is your common denominator is your ring finger back on that B string on the 3rd fret, and then your index finger stays on that D note. And so the way I would play, you take a song like Holy Ground by Passion, and we play it in D. It's just a half a step lower than the original, which is in E flat. So the progression is G, and there's a lot of songs like that, but you realize how that just didn't sound good, and part of it was my sucky playing, but I just don't think that sounds as good as leaving those 2 notes that I showed you and playing your G with those notes to the A, B minor 7, F sharp, B over F, play any song, whether it's there, it's What a Beautiful Name. Think it sounds better, personally, to me. And that's an easy way to like flow through songs and not especially I play a lot of flow stuff in between the pastors speaking, and even in like a small intimate setting where a group of friends or small group gets together and plays acoustic worship songs. It's a lot better for me to be able to be comfortable, and I promise you, if you learn how to play these chords this way, it will be more comfortable for you. And so if I'm sitting around playing these songs, it's a lot easier for me to kind of play light. It's a lot easier for me to play those songs, and it's going to be more comfortable, and it's going to sound a whole lot better. And so and there's a lot of different things that you can do with acoustic guitar, but it's about simplifying, but also still being creative and learning and progressing. And so there's a lot more ways you can play songs other than just playing the normal C, G, D, E minor stuff. And so my personal favorite a lot of the time is I love playing C shapes. I think it's just it adds a lot more for me to be able to so anyways, that's kind of my go-to things for acoustic guitar. If you have any questions, leave comments or message me on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and correct me if you think I'm not saying or doing the right things as far as acoustic stuff. I like learning, and if you think there's a better way to do it, then let me know. But anyways, I hope you enjoy it. Hope you had a good holiday. Have a good start to the new year, and let's all grow closer with Jesus. See ya.